I was 8 months pregnant with twins when I found the second phone hidden inside a gym bag he never actually took to the gym. And when I turned it on, the lock screen wallpaper was a wedding photo. My husband, in a tuxedo, standing next to a woman I'd never seen before. The date stamp read June 2021, 3 months after our wedding. I'm going to tell you exactly what I uncovered that day and how I made sure he lost absolutely everything. My name is Sarah, and I met Marcus at a medical conference 5 years ago. I'm a nurse practitioner. He's a pharmaceutical sales rep. Handsome, charming, always knew exactly what to say. We got married in March 2021 in a small ceremony. My family, his mom, a few close friends. He said his dad had passed and he didn't have much family left. I believed him. Why wouldn't I? We bought a house in the suburbs, white picket fence, the whole thing. I got pregnant 6 months into our marriage. Twins, a boy and a girl. Marcus seemed thrilled. He went to every ultrasound appointment, painted the nursery himself, asked me every night how I was feeling if the babies were kicking. He traveled a lot for work, 3, sometimes 4 nights a week. I hated it, especially as my belly got bigger and I could barely tie my own shoes, but he said the commission from those trips was paying for the nursery furniture, the double stroller, all of it. He'd FaceTime me every night from hotel rooms, show me the boring beige walls, the generic artwork, make jokes about room service. I should have known something was wrong when he started passwording everything. His laptop, his tablet, even his main phone had facial recognition I couldn't access. But I trusted him. We were about to be parents. We were building a life. The gym bag thing, that's what broke it open. Marcus had this black Nike duffel he supposedly took to the gym every morning at 5 a.m., except one Saturday I went to throw in a load of laundry and I noticed the bag hadn't moved from the closet floor in weeks. There was dust on the handles, so I unzipped it. Underneath a single pair of workout shorts that still had the tags on them, I found the phone, an iPhone in a blue case. I turned it on, expecting maybe it was an old backup phone, maybe work-related. But that wasn't even the worst part. The phone unlocked without a passcode. And the wallpaper, this wedding photo, I just stared at it. Marcus in a slate gray tux I'd never seen. The woman in a lace mermaid gown, her hand on his chest, both of them laughing. The background was a vineyard. We got married at a hotel in the city. I wore my grandmother's dress. This photo looked like it cost $20,000. My hands started shaking so badly I almost dropped the phone. I was sitting on the floor of our closet, 36 weeks pregnant, and I couldn't breathe. I opened the messages. There were hundreds, all to one contact. Good morning, beautiful. Can't wait to see you tonight. Just booked us that trip to Napa for our anniversary. I miss you so much. 2 more days and I'm home. Home. I scrolled back and back. The messages went back 3 years. 3 years. I opened the photos. There were albums, our wedding day, honeymoon in Bali. New house. I clicked on the new house album and I saw them standing in front of a craftsman-style home about 40 minutes north of where we lived. She was holding keys. He was kissing her cheek. I think I sat there for an hour, just clicking through this entire other life. Thanksgiving dinners with her family, Christmas mornings, weekend hiking trips, beach vacations, and then I found the one that made me physically sick. A photo from 2 months ago. She was holding a pregnancy test. The caption he'd sent, I can't believe it. We're finally going to be parents. She was pregnant too. I heard the garage door open. Marcus was home from his client breakfast. I shoved the phone back in the bag, zipped it, threw it in the closet, and went to the kitchen. I made myself smile when he walked in, kissed him on the cheek, asked him how his morning was. Good, babe. Closed a huge account. How are my babies? He put his hand on my stomach. I wanted to scream. Instead, I said, they're good. Kicking like crazy. That night, I didn't sleep. I lay there next to him, listening to him snore, and I made a plan. Because I wasn't just going to confront him, I was going to bury him. Stay with me, because what I did next is the part that still keeps me up at night. First, I took that second phone and I backed up everything. Every photo, every message, every voicemail. I created a cloud account he didn't know about, and I uploaded it all. Then I started digging. I found Emily's Facebook. She was a kindergarten teacher. Her page was private, but her profile picture was public. Her and Marcus at a pumpkin patch last fall. I found her Instagram through a mutual friend of hers who had a public account. She posted about being 12 weeks pregnant 2 weeks ago. She hashtagged it Baby Davis. Davis was Marcus's last name. I looked up property records. The house in the photos was in both their names. Purchased June 2022. I found their marriage certificate online through the county clerk, June 18, 2021, 3 months after he married me. He was living two completely separate lives. I was the weekday wife. She was the weekend wife. The work trips were him going home to her. I called a lawyer the next morning while Marcus was at the gym. I brought everything. The lawyer, a woman named Patricia, just stared at me. "This is bigamy," she said. "This is a felony." "I know," I said, "but I need to protect myself and my children first. Then we ruin him." Patricia drafted an emergency motion. We filed for an annulment based on fraud, sued for full custody, and demanded he cover all medical expenses and child support. Then she helped me do something else. We contacted Emily. I sent her a Facebook message from a fake account with screenshots of our wedding photos, our house deed, and photos of me very obviously pregnant. I wrote, "I think we need to talk about Marcus Davis." She responded in 4 minutes. We met at a coffee shop the next day. I was terrified she'd be angry at me, but when she walked in and saw how pregnant I was, she just started crying. We sat there for 2 hours, comparing timelines, sharing photos. She'd had no idea I existed. I'd had no idea she existed. He told her he traveled for work too. Told her he was building a client base on the East Coast. That's why he was gone midweek. She was 16 weeks pregnant, just starting to show. And she was furious. "What do you want to do?" I asked her. She looked at me, tears streaming down her face. "I want him to lose everything." And what I did next? Most people told me I'd gone too far. We coordinated. Emily filed for divorce and reported the bigamy to the district attorney. I filed for annulment. We both filed restraining orders. And then we did something that really twisted the knife. We contacted his employer. Marcus's entire job was built on trust. Pharmaceutical sales reps have to maintain ethical standards, pass background checks, hold certifications. A bigamy charge and 2 restraining orders? His company fired him in 48 hours. Then we went after the house, the one he bought with Emily. I had documentation showing he'd used marital funds, my income, our joint account, to make the down payment. My lawyer got a lien placed on it. The morning the police showed up to serve him with all the paperwork, I was at my parents' house. My mom held my hand while I watched the Ring camera footage. Marcus opening the door, the officer handing him the stack of documents, Marcus's face going completely white. He called me 63 times that day, texted me 200 times. I blocked him on everything. He tried to come to my parents' house. My dad, who's 6'4" and played college football, met him at the door and told him if he ever came near me again, the restraining order would be the least of his problems. The district attorney moved forward with charges. Bigamy in our state carries up to 5 years in prison. Marcus tried to plead it down. His lawyer argued it was a misunderstanding. The prosecutor presented our evidence, the 2 marriage certificates, the mortgage documents, the text messages to both of us, sometimes sent minutes apart. He took a plea deal, 2 years in prison, 5 years probation, and he had to pay restitution to both Emily and me for fraud and emotional distress. I gave birth to my twins 6 weeks after everything exploded. A boy and a girl, healthy, beautiful, perfect. My parents were in the delivery room. Emily sent flowers. Marcus sent a letter from county jail that I threw away without reading. The house, my house, the one I thought we bought together, I kept it. Refinanced it in my name only. Emily got to keep hers too, once the lien was settled with his assets. Here's the thing nobody tells you about betrayal like this. The anger fades, but the shock never fully goes away. I still sometimes wake up in the middle of the night feeding one of the babies and I think, how did I not know? But then I remember, I'm not the one who should feel ashamed. He is. My twins are 10 months old now. They're starting to crawl, getting into everything, laughing at peekaboo. They'll never know their father. And honestly, they're better off. Emily had her baby too, a little girl. We're not best friends or anything, but we text sometimes, check in, make sure the other one's okay. We're bonded by this bizarre trauma, and there's something weirdly comforting about that. Someone else who truly gets it. Marcus gets out in 8 months. I've already filed to terminate his parental rights. My lawyer says with his criminal record and the circumstances, it's almost certain to go through. I'm not going to lie and say I'm completely healed. Some days are really hard. But I have my babies, I have my career, I have my parents and my friends and my own house with my own name on it. And I have the satisfaction of knowing that when he tried to have it all, he lost everything that actually mattered. If this story resonated with you, subscribe. I share a new story every single week. And drop a comment below if you've ever been betrayed by someone you completely trusted. You are not alone, and you will get through this.